Bear Manor Audio presents Sonnets and Sunspots, Dr. Research Baxter and the Bell Science Films, by Eric Niderost. Your reader is Nat Segaloff. Acknowledgements. They say that writing is a solitary profession, and to an extent this is true. But no book can be completed without the help of others. This work is no exception. At the risk of sounding like an Oscar winner, there are many people who I'd like to acknowledge and thank. The Baxter family, first and foremost Lydia Morris Baxter, Frank Baxter's daughter, was very generous with her time and her memories. She was very patient in answering my numerous questions that in many cases only she could answer. Lisa Baxter Garber, grandniece of Dr. Baxter, has not only been a great source of information but a good friend, too. Allison Blackburn, Dr. Baxter's daughter-in-law, was very generous in sharing her memories and letters. Dr. Baxter's other daughter-in-law, Kay Baxter, was also helpful. Carl Greenwood supplied me with much-needed information over the months. University and library staff. USC librarian Claude Zachary and USC publicist Allison Engel gave me great assistance over the last couple of years. And archivist Aaron Spellbring gave me copies of a treasure trove of letters that Dr. Baxter wrote to his mentor, Harold Colton, from the 1920s to the early 1960s. James Blinn, CG artist extraordinaire, also gave me some interesting information. Head archivist Joan Miller of the Wesleyan Cinema Archives was most helpful in researching and obtaining Bell Science film stills from their collection. Dr. Baxter's former students gave me a good idea of how he taught in the classroom. These include Betty Fry, Pastor David R. Brown, Joseph Jarres, Alan Simon, Meredith Churchill, William Owen, Theodore Cordes, S. Howard Wallace, and Florence Nishida. Other friends have also made wonderful contributions. Danny Kuhn, a new and very talented novelist, has given me great help and encouragement. Vincent Summers, a scientist who was much inspired by Dr. Baxter, also helped with the professor's family tree research. Special mention has to be given to three talented individuals and friends: Tom Cito, June Foray, and Lewis Kraft. Tom and I go back almost 20 years. He's a very talented animator who had worked for Disney and other studios over the years. We share a love of history, and in recent years, Tom has become a very talented writer and historian. He's now a professor of the practice of cinematic arts at USC, Dr. Baxter's old university. June Foray is one of those few people who deserve the title legendary. Though she's perhaps best known as the voice of Rocky the Flying Squirrel from Rocky and Bullwinkle fame, she had done scores of productions in the last 60 years or so. Lewis Kraft is a very impressive writer and chronicler of Western history, and
Sample complete. Ready to continue?